So we've always wanted to build a wash plant, and now we actually can. So today we're going to start building the hopper. This giant box they were just going to throw out. This is all black steel metal. This is it's actually used for grease ducts in commercial buildings. So they were going to toss it. I said, can I have it? They said, go ahead, get it out of here. So I knew this thing would be absolutely perfect for a hopper for the wash plant. I also got another piece of square box that they were using as well. So we're going to start a build on this. And I kind of have an idea already on how we're going to do this up here. And a little bit on paper, but it's going to be basically build as we go. So let me show you this. I took the time and decided to try to draw it out the best I can to basically show you guys the idea here. That's it. So we're going to do 2 trays. Our hopper up top. We're going to have piping that's going to feed our water supply. There will be a dewatering station at the bottom of it, but that's our basic idea here. So what we're going to do today is get the hopper as far as we can get it. We're going to take that piece, we're going to stick it on here. That's going to be our downspout. Think of it as basically like an even bigger high banker almost on the design of it. I know people do trommels and this, that, the other thing, but this is going to have a grizzly on top. We're going to be, for our box here, this is going to get cut. So basically what we're doing is take this. Careful.
Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. Careful. Careful, SpongeBob.
God damn it. I'm struggling.
Oh, how did we?
I don't know how we did this. Anyway, kind of like that. Don't.
Oh, good. Right there.
Right there.
Yep, good enough. Okay.
Stay. Don't move.
Now my hand's dirty.
So if you look on the inside here, we're going to end up putting bars across on the inside. Now, the purpose of the bars basically is, all right, that's the inside of your box. So we're going to be putting bars through that. And if this was the side looking in, say this way, they're going to be staggered like so. So when we actually go to do this, the idea is like a plinko board. So as everything starts to go down, it all breaks up as it falls. So that's the whole idea, is to break down as much of the big stuff as we can, because we're looking to basically just dump into this thing and not stop. We want to be able to push a couple yards of dirt in a day, and I think with the size of this, we should be able to.
We've also named this the Bang Box.
That's the Bang Box. That's what it's going to be.
It's the Bang Box.
Right on it too. Say
Bang Box. Yes.
So we know we're going to have to go this way with it, because this part's going to get cut off and be put down on an angle this way and re-welded into place to help with your flow there. So 30 inches wide, I think we said we're going to do 2 rows of 4, 2 rows of 3, so that's roughly 4, that's 14. So 14, let's see. So 14 is, okay, so
Cheese.
case of cheese. 2 foot. It's the box is 2'6" wide, so that's 30 inches. So 30 times 14, that's 420, and then you use this sweet little calculator you got right here, and you go inches to feet. You need 35 feet. So what we're going to use for that is square stock. We're going to be using 1/2 inch square tube, or not tube, but square bar for that. And then we're going to angle them, not flat, but basically like a diamond. So when it goes down, it'll hit each one as it goes. So let's go and measure out some square stock and see what we got. Okay, so this is the square stock I was talking about, and that's how we're going to angle it, right? So, let's see. I think I cut these down to 8. Right? Yeah, 8 foot, so that's 8, 16, 24, 32, and then some. So we got more than enough just for the Plinko board in the bang box there. So we're gonna bring this stuff in. We're gonna start getting some measurements. What we're gonna do first is cut that box and get it set, so then we can start putting the Plinko board together inside the box. So we're gonna play with power tools and a welder today, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, power tools.
Power tools.
Welding.
So we're gonna get this thing cut down. That guy thinks he's making noise over there, but we're really gonna make some noise today.
You ain't heard noise yet, bud.
Yeah. Over. Like my 2x1s.
2x1s?
My 2x1s. So we're going to cut one side out, right at the seam, or not seam, but the bend there. After we do that, then we will tack weld it into place. And then start messing with the square stock and getting that positioned properly. We're gonna have to measure out evenly, because if it's not even, it's going to drive me nuts, and we don't want to do that.
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The OCD is real with this one.
Yes. So I'm going to cut, since those are actual bends on this side, I'm going to cut out the weld on this side and the bend on that side, just to make it easier. I would rather have actual bends in place up here instead of a welded joint, just because for rigidity. Let's go. Look at that. That's a nice weld right there, bud.
You're a nice weld.
Thanks.
Well, let me see your helmet. Up, nope, keep turning. Turn your head to the right.
All right, so we are all done getting the welds done. So we're letting it cool down for a minute. We're gonna also weld the inside, not because we really need to, but because we want to. Kind of over-engineering it, just because it's gonna get beat to shit once it actually gets put into service. So we don't want any broken welds or anything like that. We're gonna start getting measurements for our rods for the Plinko board that's going in. We're gonna map that all out on the inside, and then we will start to weld those into place. They don't need to be straight. Well, they need to be straight, but they don't have to be exactly even. It might help if they're actually off just a tad bit to help some of the rocks go down. But that's going to be the next step, is getting the inside welded. Then we'll put the Plinko in, and then we will get this piece. So once this cools down a little bit more, like I said, we're going to weld the inside and then start laying out our Plinko board and getting those cut and welded into place. We're moving along pretty good on this. Once he's done, we're going to start welding the Plinko into place, and we should be perfect on that. Moving along very, very well, which also makes me nervous, because when things go smoothly, bad things happen.
Don't you say it. No. Don't.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, even though I already did, but I'm very happy with how this is turning out so far. So.
bud?
I am gridding out our Plinko board. So I just did some measurements on this. So this is technically the top. So we're gonna have 4 rows. Originally we were gonna do a row of 4 and 3, but for spacing wise, we're actually gonna go a row of 5 and 4 instead. So what I'm doing is going through and marking our measurements down to be kind of equal, and then I have to go across now and give my measurements. So our first and third, so this is first and third, second and fourth. So first and third are going to be spaced at 2, 6, 10, 14, and 18 inches apart to give them the proper spacing. So after I do the grid on this side, then I'll have to go and transfer it to this side. And all we have to do is basically weld on each mark with each piece and go from there. It's going to get a little tight though, because we're going to be...
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be the one in there fucking doing that.
Well, once you get to the end, you could go on the outside, but
yeah,
once I get all this marked, we'll be able to start welding these in, and that will also make it nice and rigid as well. Oh! Stay.
Stop making so much noise.
I'm trying not to, but this thing's loud. So I'm going to finish gridding this out, and then we will start putting in the bars.
The bars.
The bars.
The bars.
The bars.
Not the bears.
Not
the
the
bars. Bears are terrible.
That's a lot of shit.
Got a lot more bars to go too.
Yeah, it's that should break up the rock pretty well, just from what it's looking like so far.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And it's spaced far enough where nothing should get stuck either.
No, ain't nothing getting stuck in that. Break it up nice.
Classify, classify, classify. Right, Neil?
Yeah.
Two more bars left to get welded in, and then the downspout to the hopper is done. The Plinko board will be done. It's very tedious, especially because bore size. It's a lot of welding just to get that to where it needs to be. So after we're done with that, then we're going to take the piece of sheet metal we cut off earlier and put that into our corner here, going down to feed the box properly. Instead of actually, you all right there?
I'm on fire.
He's on fire. I have the fire extinguisher if you need
Fire, Tom Cruise.
it. So I have an idea. Instead of maybe welding more plate onto it, potentially maybe using some rubber on this area here that's going to be exposed. Not sure yet. We're gonna see how that all works out after we get that welded and then put the other piece on. So once he's done with that, we will get that cooled down again and then prep the last plate to put on, and then the hopper should be done for the time being. This is going rather smoothly and we're operating with pretty good efficiency today, so that's also a good sign, which hopefully means the further we get along with this, the easier it gets, but I have a feeling it's going to get harder as we go. But you guys are here for the ride, and we really appreciate all you guys watching and checking this out. This is a big step for us, being able to produce more. Like we said earlier on in the season here, we're looking to produce more, show you guys more gold, and this is one of the ways we're going to do it.
Borrow me, Blazer.
You need a what?
Borrow me, Blazer.
Bar you.
Someone's calling me. They're gonna have to wait. Quite the pickle. According to my calculations, this should break up the rock nicely as it falls down into the riffles and we catch all the gold.
Bars are finally done. That took a little longer than I thought it was, but look how pretty that is.
Thanks.
Perfect. Look how nice and even everything is. Then you go to the top side. Everything's all staggered perfectly. That should break everything up nice, just like Connor's calculations just said. That is going to be a big step. This whole thing is a big... The biggest part about this is getting the rock broken down with enough water so when it hits the riffles and the boxes, it does what it's supposed to do properly without having to rerun anything. We're trying to catch the most gold with the most amount of volume for dirt as well. And if we design this thing properly, the way I think we are, we should be right on the money with getting the most gold per amount of dirt put through this, as long as you're, on the right spot. So we're gonna let this cool. I'm gonna get this mocked up, see what this looks like. Might have to do a couple adjustments, but it's on the go fabricating, so that's what we're doing here. This piece here is gonna go in here to make that nice edge to keep the feed going, since there's that gap here. And what I was just saying earlier was there's gonna be, instead of filling this in with sheet metal, we're gonna use some rubber instead, so you can get a hand in here and clear anything out if need be. If something does get stuck, I'd like the option to do so. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a little piece of the square stock we have left. I'm gonna run a bead on this, and then that is gonna get welded into the top for a little more rigidity. And then we're just gonna weld the other side to here. So easy enough, and then I'll probably rivet in some of the rubber once that time comes. And thinking about it, I was gonna use pipe for the top for the Grizzly, but instead I think we're gonna go with angle iron, just because the points of it will help break down the rock a little better, and that's the whole point of this hopper, is to get everything broken down quickly and efficiently to get everything through and washed down. We're not going to get to the Grizzly part in this video. Probably won't film that. You'll probably see it done afterwards. But that's going to be the goal for the top, is angle iron for the Grizzly bars for the feed itself. So I'm going to get to welding this, and then all that fun stuff.
You gotta stop hitting your hand on that, bud.
Slappity slap. So that's what I'm gonna do, and you're gonna watch it.
Hey. Like our jail cell that we built? Just kidding. This, what you were just staring at, we're calling it the bang box, which is attached to the hopper. It's a lot of welding. Still a lot of welding and work to go. But we're definitely excited about it. And you guys should be too. This is gonna help us run a lot more dirt. We'll make it a lot more easier and gooder to find more better gold.
More better gold. I like it. So this had been a whole day thing. As you can see, it's dark behind us now. We did have to take a little break, but this is it. This is a big old hopper.
You can call him Frankenstein, and that's his monster.
Yeah, this is it's all up all up here. I did draw it out a little bit, but so the bang box, how it's all staggered like that is so when everything comes down and in, it hits and breaks up as it goes down. I did notice something after we came back and looked at it after we finished eating. Right here is a huge gap from here to here. So I have an idea to fill that in to make it work. Basically stretch steel. Put the stretch steel in it, and then we can make that feed it. So anything that goes through the stretch steel is small enough where it doesn't need to get broken up. And then the rest of it will go through the bars, get broken up that way, then get fed into the box. But for now, this is where we're gonna sit at. Like I said, we're not gonna go with the round steel pipe for here for the Grizzlies. We're gonna go with angle iron.
It sounded like a burp.
It did. So we're gonna put the angle iron on, and the way this is gonna run, from how we're seeing it, is we don't want anything bigger than 1 inch diameter getting through this box. So anything smaller should go right through, hit what it needs to hit, break up that route, and everything bigger than 1 inch will fall off the back. Would we like to be able to eventually run this with a tractor bucket? Absolutely. That's going to be way further down the road, but for now, the hopper is, not 100%, but good enough where we can now start focusing on the boxes, I should say, because there's going to be 4 of them, and then also the stand itself. The stand itself has to come after the boxes get made, and then figuring out how to mount this enormous hopper too. That's going to be a task within itself, just trying to figure out how to do that, but we'll figure it out. This thing is going to be epic, to say the least.
You guys thought the big high banker moved a lot of dirt. Where do you see this thing go?
This thing is going to move a lot. We're probably talking a couple yards within a couple hours. If we were able to move 1 yard,
An hour?
yeah, if we were able to move 1 yard in 6 hours, we could probably do at least 4 to 5 with this.
Yeah.
So this is part 1 of the high bank. This is part 1 of the wash plant build. This is the hopper. Next is going to be the boxes and the frame. So stay tuned for that one. This is going to be a little lengthy process, but trust us, it's going to be well worth the final product in the end.
Yes. Enjoy it. Watch it. Love it.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys tune in for the next video. Hope you guys comment down on this if you guys got any questions, or maybe you have some ideas as well that we have maybe missed and you would like to throw your input into, because we do like hearing what you guys have to say as well.
Yeah. Doesn't mean we're gonna do it. I mean, if it's good enough, we might.
What he said.
And if you're good enough and you like our videos enough and subscribe if you're not subscribed, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of you can come out with us and play with it one of these days.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. So, again, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one.